Hi everyone, in this session we will cover a basic but essential topic when working with Spring Boot, injecting configuration values. Although it is a fundamental concept, this topic still confuses many developers. Understanding it well is crucial for building flexible, maintainable, and production-ready applications. So let's start and create new project. Maven, we can add Lombok. We define a component, let's call it component like this, and now let's define a value, private string my value, and we add this hook that will be executed when the application is up and running. An application, you need to inject some value here. So there is several ways. One of them is to define it in the application. Let's use YAML instead of property file. And here we can define a value for our variable like this, my value. So to inject this value here, there is one annotation called values. And here you need to define the name like this, my value. We generate a test like this, and we annotate it with Spring Boot test. So normally this is, and we add a basic test, void some test, and should be annotated with test. So this is enough. We'll load the Spring Boot context and we can check the log. And as you see, we have a small error here. In my component, we forgot this curly bracket. Now let's run the test. So Spring loads, and as you see in the logs, my value is set from application. However, there is one common error. For example, if you forget to provide this variable in the application, so look what happens here. We run the test now, and you see Spring Boot even failed to load the context. So why? Because Spring Boot expects that you provide this variable here. And this good practice is always to add a default value, either a string default, or even you see now it is loaded and the value comes from here. You can let it empty if you want. So it is good practice to use this semicolon. However, it is not only the only way to define the variable in the application. Normally, to make your application configurable, you need to provide this information as environment variable. For example, when running this, I can add a variable here. Let's call it, for example, my value from env variable. And let's see what happens. And as you see here, it is from env variable. And this also is a common mistake that some developers are wondering why this value is set to a value different from the one from the application YAML file. You can even remove this and it still works because the information comes from the environment variable. This is very important and sometimes confusing. A common way to use this variable is even in your application variable, you define it like this. You can say my value and you provide the default one. This will be filled from the environment variable. So let's adjust it here, my value. And as you see, from env variable. So it means if I don't provide this variable in the env variable, this one, this default, this fallback will function. So you can do it like this. I rename the variable here. So we run the test. And as you see now, my value is coming from the env variable because I set this one in the env variable. And if I rename this one, so this env variable, it doesn't exist, and I run that and I run again, and as you see, this default value will work. So this is a common approach how to inject configuration into your application. The important thing is using a profile, a variable based on some profile. So there is several ways to define values based on a profile. One way is to define a file with this suffix application plus this suffix dev, for example. And here I defined my second one. So these both files will be get merged, and this one will get precedence. So let's test that first. I added this variable here, and in this hook, I'm printing this out. And in our test unit, we activate the profile dev. So when doing this, let's see what's happened. And as you see, the first variable is coming from here, and the second is coming from here. We could also override this one and see what happened. So this is also confusing developers. And as you see, the first variable is coming now from here. I prefer to use one file. You need to use this 3-, and when this profile is activated, everything you define here will apply when this profile is activated. So I can remove this one now. So this is the approach used in big projects. So everything is defined in one file. So when we run the test, the same result, both values comes from here. And in my test, if I define a profile that doesn't exist, so only the information from the default one will be used. As you see, my second is default because it is not defined in the default one, and my value is already defined here. And one more interesting thing, if you have related values, for example, to configure a database, you can group them under one suffix or prefix like this, and you define your variable and you create one configuration class like this, database properties. You annotate and you add this annotation, configuration properties, and you define your prefix here, database, and you define the variables. And here we add these post constructs just to see the values after initialization in the logs. We can run this, but before doing that, you need also to register these configuration properties, and this using this annotation configuration properties scan, so that Spring Boot will look for those classes. If I run that, let's see what happens. In the logs, you see that my variables are not read from this file, and the reason for that, you need also to provide a setter. This is a bit powerful. We are using Lombok. We can add this setter, and let's see what happens now. So this setter will generate the setter for all these properties, and if we run now, as you see, the values get injected from the application YAML file. So using a setter method for your fields is important because you can also do a transformation. So for passport, for formatting dates or whatever. Was the important information, really basic but fundamental. If you know that, you will work confidently with Spring Boot. I have seen developers get confused by this, especially this one, the precedence. So values defined in your application YAML has less precedence. So first, if you define a variable in command line argument, so this will get precedence over environment variable, and then profile specific configuration, and the last one is this one. So you can also check out my other video about this topic. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks and bye.